because I kind of feel like the win condition is pretty clear, which is CC and damage.
CC, I was just about to say, CC and damage. I'm worried, though, because it's a very squishy lineup. It's
all about mindset.
Yeah, you gotta have the mindset that you're tankier than you are, because I just feel like, especially once we see this last pick locked in, it's gonna be the jungle pick for TS, and it's an Akai.
Oh.
Okay.
An Akai in the jungle.
Hey, you don't have to be tanky if the enemy doesn't have damage. That's what my uncle always says.
That's true.
We met his uncle.
Yeah. He said you don't need tankiness if the enemy doesn't have damage. Very wise man? Yeah.
But Akai's tanky.
Yes, Akai is tanky. And now I'm going to give it over to you guys where, I don't know, for me, Team Spirit, too strong. They might have a sweep here.
Once again, thank you, Lafel, for all of the nuggets of knowledge that you've blessed us with so far through our drafts today. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome here to the English broadcast. It's me, Naisu, and Brigida to bring you the action for Game 2 right now in our last best-of-3 series. And as you heard it, it's Team Spirit and Dfyg going at it. So we'll see if we actually get a 1-to-1 in the series. I think this draft is better, though, I would say, for Dfyg, Brigida. But it's a very clear game plan. It's like, we have to end this game early. And I don't know, do you think they can pull that off?
If we see the exact same errors in terms of macro and decision making that we saw in game number 1, I feel like that is going to be a struggle for Dfyg. But things are pretty different right now. They got their hands on a lot more of the power picks, on a lot more of the priority heroes that we see in the draft. So, I mean, that's probably also why we're seeing them kind of being a lot more aggressive in the early stages of the game, because this is what they have to capitalize on, and this is probably what they're trying to do, denying one shot of getting a smooth experience in the farming. But
yeah,
I feel like he doesn't mind either way. This is still, again, a very tanky jungler. This is the Akai.
I was gonna say, as an Akai, I don't think you worry too much. If you lose a little bit in the early game, especially against Super Ken here with the Lancelot, it's not that big of a deal. You do have that tankier options here for Team Spirit that they're going to be playing around with too. If you take a look at the emblems, they got the couple of concussive blasts.
Wow.
Still Kid Bomba as well. Yeah, you see all those drills over there for Dfyg. And at the same time, I think this is one of the questions is, will you be able to utilize this interaction that should happen from Dfyg between the traction pulses? Hopefully VJ can go ahead and zone people out on the CC, which we've seen happen a lot of times. But this isn't a Vengeance CC either. He's actually running the Purify. There's 3 over here for Dfyg. And that's exactly what I said about the Kalea from Salo. So
the passive.
Yeah, it's almost a hidden passive that forces that. Oh.
Super Ken, he's able to freely focus on securing the objective, but will he be able to, though? He successfully does. One-shot tries and actually uses the heavy spin to deny that from him, but will be unsuccessful. Now Yi1 seems to be the target. Sao and Kid Bomba chasing after him, but that's where the first fight might just end. Tianfeng Yaoguai have actually gotten a pretty good start.
Yeah, they did it. They got the objective, which is great for them. And I'm surprised too. No first blood converted off of that. Now they did get 2 of the Purifies out in that exchange, and Team Spirit will continue on to go back to the rotation here. One shot once again is just going to be, you know, part of his option is just to lock down. There's a kick.
Oh, Purify already used by Sunset. Lover gets the dodge attraction pulse as well, so he will survive. But I'm liking the pressure from Dfyg now. It looks like a completely different version of them if you were to compare it to the way they played game number 1. Also probably has something to do with the heroes they have. I mean, I think you have no other choice but to play aggressive if you have the Cho.
Like I said, Brigida, the game plan here is to end the game quickly if they can. And even if they make it to the late game, like, their lineup isn't going to be completely out of position against what Team Spirit brought to the table, but that's where, once again, you're going to have to rely on Lung to go ahead and be able to farm up, pop off on the Grangers like we've seen before, even just yesterday. And that's going to take some work. It's going to take some time.
Tsunami Slam committed onto Zed. There will be no other way for him to escape nor look for the counter way of the dragon. that first blood actually went into one shot, and I feel like it's not even his priority to be the one getting the kills, but this helps him catch up or even out things in the jungle.
Yeah, I'm kind of worried for Dfyg Yao Guy because if they continue to get picked off like whoa, Kid Bomba, he's beefy enough. He's gonna be fine. So survives there, but a kick.
Sawo,
Perfect kick.
all alone under that turret though. Clearly a great opportunity for Dfyg to punish him there, but now they know there's no way of the dragon, but there's also no way for them to catch up and contest that objective for the second time around. Dfyg, this will just help them increase the lead that they have.
Yeah, a lot more decisive, I'd say, in this game number 2 for them, and a great start. They get themselves a little bit of lead, but dealing with some pressure.
It does feel like they really want to go for Kid Bomba at this point. Purify forced out of Yi1. Infernal Pursuit still catching up, and he gets the last hit to secure the kill. Dark Way to knock up KLVJ. Sunset Lover, will he be able to land the Curse of the Crow? But the Purify is there, so KLVJ walks out safe.
All right, they're able to respond. Also, the flickers were burned there, so now Hiko's dealing with the pressure. He knows that Zed is around the corner. I'm not sure. Oh, no.
Oh, he probably sensed it, but he tried to defend. Yeah, that's a trade right there. It's a mirrored rotation from both of these teams, but I feel like for Hiko that could not have happened, you know?
Yeah, and he had the flicker too. I'm actually surprised because I thought he at least knew Zed was there or saw him there briefly. Traction Pulse going to be used, but nothing to follow up through there. So right now it's Team Spirit, the one trying to kind of get back into this form where it's like, you know, they let go of the tier 1 in the bottom lane. I think they were kind of surprised with that. They did trade it though, so they traded across map, which is fine. But they're still, you know, a bit of ways from this Turtles up. Loon?
Oh, the Purify. It almost kept him safe, but then Sunset Lover was there to finish off the job anyway. Super Ken trying to look for the kill, trying to look for the damage, but he just stood right in front of the tankiest member, I assume, of Team Spirit right now. From behind though, Zed, misses the knock-up on the way of, or on the Jeet Kundo to connect the way of the dragon. So I feel like now Hiko's a lot more locked in.
Yeah, well, I just, you know, that was a little bit of a mistake there from Zed too. I think, you know, the fact that Hiko didn't even have to use the flicker, so Kid Bomba will get kicked.
Oh, they tried to burst him down, but will they be able to do that? Those are 4 members, though they should. And that's a pickup for Dfyg. Will they try to contest the objective this time around, though? I feel like they've been very unsuccessful in their attempts to do that. 2 separate fights happening across the map. One shot already forced to use the heavy spin. So, yet again, and for the last hurdle, Team Spirit will have to let go of that.
That was just very disconnected, I feel like, from Team Spirit. I mean, there was a whole lot going on everywhere, but just not together.
There were a lot of different targets, but now they have agreed to take down Yi1, but still Yi1, all right. They successfully get to eliminate him from the game, but still, Dfyg Yao Guai, they've been very consistent in terms of the macro for this game.
Yeah, doing a great job this game, too. So they get that... They get a couple things to work with and space to work with, but, you know, 3 for 3 on the Turtles is great. It's going to put them in a good position for the Lord here in a little bit over than a minute. But for Team Spirit, Hiko's been doing work. He's farming up. We're taking a look at the items here. He is behind, though. So Lung is going to have that advantage. He's got his Sky Piercer, of course. He picked up the Malefic Roar. He got the Hunter Strike earlier on, working on his next item. Meanwhile, for Hiko, he's going to have a difficult time for this next fight. If they do decide to contest it, though, you're going to have to rely on Sawo, I feel like, to go ahead and get that Tsunami Slam on the right target.
They actually get to pin Super Ken and also use the Tsunami Slam onto him to ensure the kill. Sunset Lover no longer has the Feathered Airstrike, though, and Kid Bomba might be the next to fall, but surprisingly gets to walk away. Sawo as well still gets to survive everything, and now Team Spirit will successfully disengage. But Dfyg Yao Guai, it doesn't change the fact that the map control seems to be leaning to their side. I don't know why, but for some reason, the Moscovs haven't been that activated so far.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because I was thinking the same thing. I was like, you know, Moskov technically is still a constant pick for a lot of teams, but it just seems like, and it's, I don't know, it's just like the Spirit Destructions aren't where they need to be. There's a kick from Zed, but not the direction he's looking for. Wow, even a traction pull. So the Lord is up.
Okay.
They go ahead and use those. Super Ken's going to start this Lord here. But that's the thing. You can see even now he goes dealing with the pressure from Mlbb. We'll see how they play this out. TS can go ahead and just kind of focus things down. Hiko will deal some pressure still.
Ooh.
And there's quite a few members of Dfyg up here towards the top side. So hopefully Hiko doesn't get caught out. He still has a flicker though too.
There's 3 members of Dfyg. They try or they will try to look for
Sunset.
something and they find Sunset Lover. SOD will not connect onto Long, but the other members of Team Spirit have already caught up. They seem to have found the way to look or to deal with Long, and they finally get to trade out Sunset Lover, but all the while this was happening, look at Super Ken. But going back to the fight happening here up top, it's a double kill for Hiko. A great chance for them to somehow catch up.
Okay, but the whole time, the Lord was secured for Dfyg. I think they're happy about that, even if they had to lose a couple of bodies here. So for TS, what do? I mean, off this, they can't get any more turrets. They're just going to be forced to go ahead and defend. Maybe the whole plan there was to give a couple kills over to Hiko so he can, build up on this Mozgov a little bit faster.
Yeah. Interesting, though. They were able to actually, shrink the lead, as I was saying. From
Hiko-mania!
How did it actually... Okay, this is literally Hiko catching up. Because as I was saying, this was a 4 or 3k gold lead earlier in favor of Dfyg, but after Hiko got the double kill, it shrank to 1.5, and with that kill onto Super Ken, it's now less than 500. Even after the Lord.
I know we just kind of slammed into Mozgovs out there, but that never gets old. When you see a Spear of Destruction, just even get the killing blow, it's like, yep.
Yeah.
Uh-oh, conceal?
All right, they go for the traction pulse and the way of the dragon, but it's Sawo who gets targeted. Probably not the best option. Mlbb tries to threaten the others using the yo-yo blitz and the curtain call, but now without their major resources, will Dfyg still want to go for this? Zed seems to be holding this rush. But yeah, as we were saying earlier, Hiko, at this point, he is literally catching up to Long. And this might be the time, or this might be the point in the game where things kind of change. Because even despite this current situation, in terms of kill score, Team Spirit's the one actually leading.
Yeah, he's done the work. Sawo jumping on with the title strike, but Zed too. He's gonna go for the kick.
Oh, one shot finds Long, but he gets to use the Purify nonetheless. Kid Bomba trying to zone out, or actually gets to kill Zed. And now on the other side of the map as well, they try to go for Super Ken, and they already have enough damage to deal with him. That's a turret also taken down, by the way, by Dfyg, but still, Team Spirit, this is their chance to equalize things on the map.
Oh, they've equalized them, Brigida. Team Spirit has brought that gold lead that Dfyg had for so long out of here. And Hiko, again, aggressively going forward, really relying on the team. We're going to look at the instant replay. This was great to find in the Feathered Airstrike. Kid Bomba leading that charge. You see them go for it. So him in one shot will deal with this. Meanwhile, Hiko's completely fine as he's covered with Sao and Sunset Lover to be able to get Super Ken. So great decision for Team Spirit to fight that. Now still, they're going to put themselves in a position. This Lord is coming up here in just a couple seconds, and they'll rotate up. They're in a much better fighting position, but one of the main things is a lot of these flickers are not available, so they really have to watch out.
Oh, they're not even able to use the Way of the Dragon Traction Pulse combo because Sao, he was the one who looked for the initiation, now trying to regain some of his HP back, but one shot jumping in, doesn't use the heavy spin just yet. Zed trying to look for another target, but multiple members are actually knocked up by the Lord, and it's Zed who falls down first. Super Ken, nonetheless, actually secures the objective, but Hiko goes in! He actually takes down the other remaining members of Dfyg alongside the Feathered Airstrike, but it's a shutdown from Super Ken instead!
Super Ken! Staying alive through it all after getting the Lord too. That might have just been huge for Dfyg. Now Team Spirit back on the retreat. Hiko got a little aggressive there, thinking that he could get it, and that Thorn Rose saving the day there for Super Ken. So they'll clear out this push. Again, they do have a pretty good defense lineup to deal with this Lord. But again, they have to be careful in how they approach those fights, especially around the choke points.
Yep. Again, the KDA honestly doesn't matter at this point. The impact Super Ken has, or actually has in this game, is impressive. That was all the while there was a heavy spin from one shot, by the way, but he was still able to secure that objective, and look at the damage. Dealing with Hiko, of all members of Team Spirit who were close and nearby.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. I don't think Hiko... Yeah, now he gets the Wind of Nature. I was going to say, if he had the Wind of Nature for that, that would have been a completely different fight, but he went the Malefic Gun first before that Wind of Nature. So, nonetheless, Team Spirit still in a pretty good fighting position. Same with Dfyg, and so they didn't convert too much. A conceal is going to be used.
Oh, KLVJ, will he survive this? He unfortunately won't, but Super Ken might look for the trades, already using the heavy spin by one shot just to keep them safe. You have to respect the damage that's coming in from Super Ken at this point, and Team Spirit are probably okay with that single pickup, but Yakfim Yaoguai, they actually want more. There's a beautiful knockoff coming in from Sabo though, and they capture Super Ken. Now Hiko finally wants to look for the kills as he was denied of them earlier. Feather Dare Strike also committed, but Zed and Long are the only ones left alive.
Yeah, and that's not going to be enough to go ahead and defend against this push. They might get in the base too. Hiko takes a couple Rhapsody shots, but now the base turret. Lung should be able to clear this out. They might just go ahead and scrap up what they can, the buffs, and pushing the rest of the waves here. So slowly but surely, Team Spirit grabs control of this game, but Dfyg still going to be okay. See if they're going. Kid Bomba will get kicked.
Again, not in the angle they wanted. And Kid Bomba just spamming the recalls. Oh, another Tsunami Slam onto KLVJ. Sawo gets the flicker out to safety, but gets punished by Long. So it's a 1-for-1 trade so far, but Team Spirit, just with that attempt, got to take down the inhibitor turret in mid.
They got the base turret, that's what they wanted. Lord's still a bit away. Not sure if they actually want to try to contest for it without Sawo. Also, the flicker being burned by Hiko is a major battle spell that he needs. So once again, picks up a little more defensiveness, has the Rose Gold now available. So Lord is up here. What are they going to do? How are they going to play this out? Kill VJ as well. A few seconds away from coming up. Again, this Lord will be started up at this point.
Yep.
The Team Spirit gains control. Zed, though.
Oh, they get to poke him. Oh, but Sunset Lover has to cancel that Feather Dare Strike immediately because there was a threat from Dfyg to actually go for the fight. But still, they're able to position themselves around the objective. Zed, not full HP though. Tao tried to look for Super Ken, but the reactions were fast enough. There was the Thorn Rose to actually keep him safe, but the Dark Wave, it landed to KLVJ. He will be the first casualty for this fight, and the Tsunami Slam gets denied from the Purify, but Zed is next. Two frontliners once more taken out.
Team Spirit again just showing how good they are at the team fighting. So they go and get two, they make their way for this Lord, they're going to be able to go ahead and take it. Will Super Ken try to pull something of a miracle off, but I think it's going to be too late as Team Spirit will blitz through this Lord take. So now, will we see Dfyg, how do they play this defense? How do they get ready for it? Even down at that mid-base turret already. How do they deal with this? I mean, the lineup that they have, like I mentioned for Team Spirit, their defense on the high ground is pretty good. But for Dfyg, it's kind of like they have to play into the ultimates that they have available to them. And how do they use this? You know, how do they use that traction pulse? How do they use the combination? And honestly, even down to the fact that the kicks just haven't been on par. Like, they haven't found the right angles that they're looking for. And that's the struggle always with the Cho, especially later game, is you kind of are in this position where it's like, all right, I need to survive enough to get the kick off. And most likely I'm going to die. That's why I have an immortality. And then hopefully that allows me to get in a position where my team has favor. But here's the Lord. It's out in the base. How are they going to play this defense?
Could this be an end angle? There's the Feather Dare Strike, bringing Long down to half HP. But somehow Zed actually finds the kick, but Hiko, he still gets to survive and keep himself alive, but not for Yi1. He finds the kill onto Yi1, and there's the Tsunami Slam already committed onto Super Ken, as well as the heavy spin. They got to lock him down. They got to pin him down, and Zed will try his best to defend, but they won't be able to anymore as Team Spirit gain access to the base and actually deliver a sweep for